This is one poem only. I'm Maggie Devers. On Sundays, we gather the week's poems and listen once more. The Call. They woke in slumber and settled in the streets. They counted transgressions like it was food to eat. The blaze furled down the mountain. A glass bottle cried over the din. The flare dissipated in the sky. A subtle shock of warning, slowly drifting by. What have they learned here? What fate will be revealed to the jagged, humbling masses, suddenly filled with zeal? By Maggie Devers. No place like home. Coming back feels different, as if the walls have softened while you were gone, as if the light has rehearsed the exact way it will fall on your face when you step inside. You notice small things first. The old curtain breathing in the breeze. The smell of evening settling on the floor. The faint echo of who you used to be, still lingering in the corners, like a loyal ghost. Distance does this. Carves out space in your chest so the familiar can return with a strange, tender sharpness. A house you once rushed through becomes a sanctuary the moment you walk away from it. And standing at the threshold now, red shoes dusty from everywhere else, you feel that quiet click inside. Recognition, surrender, belonging. Dorothy's words arrive softly in red shoes. There's no place like home. By Abhilasha Ghosh. The mind unmasked. My mind carries centuries. The rust of chains sits where dreams should bloom. It remembers the songs my ancestors could not finish, the languages drowned beneath the ocean, the prayers that reached heaven but never came back whole. I carry the scent of burning villages, the hush of mothers hiding their children from soldiers. The taste of iron and blood is not yet dry. History is not behind me. It lives beneath my skin, in the way I flinch at loud footsteps, in the way I still ask permission to exist. Poverty came next, not the kind you can see, but the one that eats through dignity. It teaches you how to smile while shrinking, how to apologize for breathing air you didn't pay for. I have held hunger in my stomach like a secret, watched promises rot in the mouths of politicians, and called it governance. Racism doesn't need chains anymore. It wears suits now, sits in boardrooms, and signs papers that erase faces like mine. It whispers in hiring rooms and classrooms, in the silence after a joke that was never funny. My skin still walks into rooms before I do, and sometimes it leaves bruises. And there was the night I lost my body. Hands that were not mine mapped me without mercy. They called it desire. But I learned that silence can sound like survival. They told me to forgive, as if forgiveness could sew me back whole. But my body remembers. Every breath, every tremor, every theft. Sometimes I dream of a woman barefoot, heavy with history, a pregnant silhouette against a red horizon. She carries nations in her womb, grief and hope braided in her hair. The earth listens when she walks. Every step is a drumbeat. Every contraction is a prophecy. She births children into a world that greets them with both fear and promise, each cry echoing a memory that refuses to die. And the men in suits still speak of progress, while the roads collapse and children starve. Corruption wears perfume now. It smiles on TV. It calls itself democracy. The poor grow thinner. Their bones become statistics. Their stories are buried under asphalt and applause. The mind remembers it all. The rape, the racism, the hunger, forgetting. It remembers how it learned to pretend to be fine. How it stitched its wounds with hope too small to cover the pain. It remembers prayers that turned to smoke, dreams that suffocated before they could fly. But unmasked, the mind does not lie. It bleeds truth, It exposes the scars beneath the laughter, the trembling beneath the strength. It holds everything the world tried to bury, and still dares to breathe. And somewhere, that pregnant woman still walks, barefoot and unbroken. Her belly glows with the ghosts of centuries. Her breath carries the songs we've forgotten to sing. When she finally gives birth, the world will tremble, because the child will come out screaming, not in pain, but in remembrance. And that, perhaps, is what it means to be unmasked, to remember to ache, and to live still. By Aaliyah Moreo. Borderline. Between what, may I ask? Floating whilst the clock ticks by, tears on the night of your life, pain and pleasure, pleasure and pain. Doors closed. The slams still echo in your brain, imprisoned by your own name. Dust scatters over where you lay, an endless, impossible escape you planned at 5. Imprints of those who held you tight, just to leave you in the night. Skies are blue, but your mind is gray. It makes no sense why you feel this way, but at least you know borderline is where you stay. There is safety in that pain. By Luna Ferguson. Inedible. I wish I could cover my body in spikes, become unappetizing, indigestible. I poke holes into my image, pour lighter fluid over it, flicking the flame on and burning away the outline you memorized. Char the version of me you still think of. I wish I could transform, shape-shift into something you hate. I chop my hair in uneven sections, cut lattice into my face, unravel the center of myself. I bite my fingers raw, throw my body against concrete until it's beaten bloody. Carve my tongue from my throat so I can't comply. Stab forks into my sight, force myself back in control. I wish I could break every single one of my bones so I can slip from these cuffs, this cage. Contort myself to fit between the bars. I know I have the key, but I can't find the lock. I'm blind. I need to break myself out of here. Time is flying, but my wings are broken. I take a bat to my back, pepper spray my face, swallow a grenade and drink acid. I wish I could mold myself into a mushy mess, become nauseating, off-putting, tasteless. I run into traffic, tangle myself in the tires, chugging gasoline. I jump into a pit of spiders, cover myself in bites and stings, eat handfuls of bees until my cheeks swell. I'll dip myself into a lake of boiling water, seeping deep as my skin bubbles up. I'll roll in what repels you, leave with a matching stench, use jagged stones to scratch up any blank space remaining. I wish I could melt down into the cracks in the earth, hide in the soil from the eyes in the sky. Drag wood against my arms and legs, hair turning to splinters. I shave my eyebrows off and pick at my lips. I'll tie my teeth to string, slam the door, take pieces of glass and stick them into my body, standing with the cactus. Cut out all the cartilage and tie together my tendons, spread my blood on bread and eat that instead. Jump headfirst into a volcano, exfoliate my skin with the heat, make myself a target, fire arrow after arrow, pinning myself down. Take an axe to my toes, a mace to the chest, a knife to the back. I wish I could become inedible, insipid, abhorrent. I'd do anything to make you projectile vomit at the thought of me. By Sierra. Adulthood. Gone are the days where my ceiling twinkled with plastic magic, and the only house I worried about was Barbie's. It didn't matter if Ken came home or not. Didn't matter if Stacy's car had a flat, or if Joe's deployment was extended. Boy, I'd kill for a mud pie right now. Full of everything we've been taught to avoid, devoid of everything we've been taught matters. I wish I could go sit on the playground swing and twist the clinking chains around and around, and scream as I spin violently back to center. Back to before the world did it for me. Back to when it felt good. By Carly Wilson. Today's poem is by Mary Ann H.T. Bigelow. To my daughter Elizabeth. 2 flowers upon one parent stem, together bloomed for many days. At length a storm arose, and one was blighted and cut down at noon. The other hath transplanted been, and flowers fair as herself hath borne. She too has felt the withering storm. Her strength's decayed, wasted her form. May he who hears the mourner's prayer renew her strength for years to come. Long may he our lily spare, long delay to call her home. But when the summons shall arrive to bear this lovely flower away, again may she transplanted be, to blossom in eternity. There may these sisters meet again, both freed from sorrow, sin, and pain. There with united voices raise, in sweet accord, their hymns of praise, eternally his name to adore, who died, yet lives forevermore. By Mary Ann H.T. Bigelow. Thank you for listening, poetry lover. If you'd like a poem each day in your inbox, subscribe on Substack and Patreon to get a copy of my book, plus episodes from my audiobook.